And while they know the identity of the police officer allegedly responsible, they say there's nothing they can do.
They have killed nearly 300 children. Every time he kills a child, he places a gun next to the victim and claims they had a gun on them.
That since 2013, 672 people have been killed who are suspected criminals.
My city has been reflected in very many aspects. Capitalism in itself being a system that sees the accumulation of wealth. So much wealth by particular individuals, and in the process it ends up exploiting and oppressing a lot of other people.
Capitalism ni system ambayo the private sector ina control the economy. Na in that sense pia inaweza kucontrol political power. So the majority wenye wana participate kwa production hawapati matunda ya jasho lao. So in a capitalist system kama yetu, it is the rich who continue to amass so much wealth and control political power, na the poor continue becoming poor.
Kuna workers hawa ambao kila siku wanaamka kwenda industrial area, watu ambao wanauza labor yao huko kwa industries hapa Ruaraka, wanaamka kila siku kuja kuwakia mtu. So huyu capitalist ni mtu ambaye akona vitu tunaita modes of production.
Example is mahosi. Seme hosi kama Kenyatta National Hospital, ambayo it's a public hospital. But ukienda leo, if you're sick and you go to Kenyatta National Hospital, you will find that there's a public wing and there's a private wing. Now the private wing is where you can only be admitted in the private wing if you have money. You can pay, for the services that they offer. And in the other wing now, the public wing, there are no drugs, there are no doctors, and it's the same hospital. But if you have money, you can pay enough for the services in the private wing, you'll get quality services.
To 7 to 8 wakati wa post election violence, mzee wangu alikatakatwa akatupwa kwa hii maji. Wale watu walimkatakata walidhani amekufa, batako amekufa. Na tulikuja tukamrescue na watu wa Red Cross, tukampeleka Kenyatta. Tukaambia kuna askari anaitwa Uti, alikuwa rafiki ya babako sana, akaniambia Uti namjua, hata alikuwa ananunua gatunsi zake za mjengo anaweka kwetu. Nikamwambia huyo askari alisimamia watu wakakatakata babako. At the same time alini struggle kwa shingo na akanirape. Nikaenda Pangani tukiwa na wamama. Nilipofika Pangani, ile namba nilipiga ni yule askari alinirape. Sasa mimi nilipoteza dignity yangu kwa bwanangu, nikapoteza mtoto wangu, na mtoto wangu alikufa tu kuuliza kwa nini umerape mama yangu. Ni vibaya kuuliza swali.
Justice is therefore limited depending on who you know and where you are living. So for us who come from Mathare, you've seen mothers of victims, watoto wao wameuliwa, and even accessing that justice imekuwa ni ngumu sana. So people in the ghetto hapo wako helpless kabisa. Watu wananas uchungu mingi sana. Every day you meet the people that have killed your child.
Watu demo sana, maboi wanaangushwa kila siku. Makarao pia wako area kila saa. Kasa hii tulikuwa tunalia kwa 2017 tulikuwa tunalia Rashid. Rashid alikuwa peke yake. Sasa hii Rashid tumeteta Rashid ametoka, ametuliza, hajaenda hako tu mtaa. Sasa kumekuwa na Rashid wengine 7. Kwa hivyo tuko na makila cop 7. Na ni kitu inaendelea kila time boy akiangushwa, watu wanademo, watu wakidemo makarao wanakuja, wanaleta vurugu, wanarusha marisasi, wanapiga watu tear gas. Unajua ni haki yetu kudemo kama ni peaceful demonstration, na kama hiyo demo inaoneshana aje ukarao hata yanasikia uoga kiona tukidemo juu anajua amefanya kitu yenye afai kufanya juu hakufuata legal process.
Vijana wanauliwa kila siku and parents cannot even access justice. That is a very undignified way.
Education system has come across because of the concept of privatization. Because we see a system whereby watu hawawezi enda kwa public schools any longer, because public schools zimenyimwa, systemically zimenyimwa funding ndio watu waweze kwenda private schools, na ndio private schools zijisustain in itself. Watu wanadragiwa tu, wanasukumwa to the liberal methods, quote end of quote, lakini at the same actual liberal methods. But at the same time, what we realize is that the education system, when people cannot afford to go to private institutions and they end up going to public institutions, capitalism has brought a system whereby the education system has been dragged and left and to leave people undignified as a result of unemployment. And we see a very difficult system where people are being left in undignified lifestyle purely because they are ending up being poor.
No, shida inakuja ni hii ghetto yenye tunaishi haina structures, haina drainage, haina choo, unaona? So unapata naishi nyumba, maybe tuko watu 10 kwa nyumba. Na ni 10 by 10 hiyo nyumba. Hiyo nyumba imegawanishwa na mabati. Pia kuna jirani yangu. So jirani yangu kana pika, mimi nalala njaa na kula na harufu.
Nikukosa nimekosa kazi. Na sasa hika kitu, na kuangu nikifanya hika kitu, nipate chakula. Juu mimi ni mzee na siwezi enda hiva.
If you look at Madare did not start the other day. Madare ni colonial settlement, and even today Madare is still here with us. So you realize that poverty in a capitalist system is institutional, and it is there to serve a certain group of people. That poverty is not just a coincidence. Kwa hii mtaa, poverty ni biashara ya watu wengine.
First, organic intellectuals is formed by young people who can relate and see the capitalism crisis now in Kenya and in now Nairobi, and also in the informal settlements where we come from. So the role of organic intellectuals, one is to advocate, and by one we usually do articles that the different crises that are in our hoods, that is where we come from, and also in Kenya and Nairobi.
Socialism as a system will automatically have to come because the society will eventually develop. Now we are saying that here in Kenya particularly, tumeanza kuorganize. We have the poor people, the workers, the peasants must all arise and of course unite their struggles. We must of course express our solidarity with all the oppressed people of the world and organize towards socialism, organize against them, against the ills of the society that they are going through. The role of organic intellectuals is to study. One is to study, to go through, to study so that they can have a good analysis of the society or the situation that they are in. Then after the analysis, they embark on educating the masses.
To analyze the society we are coming from, to highlight the inequalities that are happening here. Ukiangalia, you have to pay for you to use a toilet. You have to pay for you to use a bathroom. That is a very undignified way to live. If you look at our settlements, tunaambiwa tupande mboga kwa gunia. When people have grabbed thousands of acres in the country.
The very most important thing that as organic intellectuals take up is the interacting with members of community, being engaged with the members of the community in order to educate them that issues relating to unemployment and issues relating to education and the quality of both is a political question. So now we raise them to understand that, we give them political education or education in relation to their liberation, so that they can understand where do our problems begin from, what is the cause of our mental depression, what is the cause of our suicidal thoughts, what is the cause of everything that is going on in our society. And the moment that people understand that capitalism in its roots being the cause of the ills that we see in our society, then I think people get liberated along the way. So the biggest role that we take up is education for